Hassan's grand YouTube experiment, yeah, turns out it wasn't the revolution he promised. The victory lap aged like milk, the excuses are flying in at max speed. Meanwhile, the Emiru situation has gone nuclear, fake screenshots, forced statements, and the internet doing what it always does, demanding loyalty tests from people who never signed up for politics in the first place. Let's start with the main event. Hassan's move to YouTube streaming was supposed to be a power play, bigger platform, more normies, infinite reach, and a brand new audience. The first stream popped off, the victory speeches started early, and the narrative was already written. Twitch was finished, YouTube had won, and history was being made.
I don't want to separate the audiences, okay? I don't want to separate the audiences.
Once the ban hype cooled and the novelty wore off, the numbers settled, and they settled low. Fast forward a couple of weeks and suddenly dual streaming is insufficient, DMCA is the real enemy, and splitting audiences is apparently illegal now.
Because on Twitch, if you have 15K and on YouTube you have 10K, that doesn't mean you have 25K total viewership, okay? Because it splits the audiences.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. The official explanation is that streaming on both platforms hurts reach, fragments viewers, and prevents hitting the top of the Twitch directory, so seeing a smaller number on screen hurts. But let's be honest, YouTube viewers don't magically teleport to Twitch, they stay where they are. YouTube loyalists are lazy, Twitch is ad infested, Rewind doesn't exist, and nobody wants to fight a buffering wheel just to prove platform loyalty. The idea that audience is split into nothing is pure cope, and everyone watching knows it. Then comes the directory argument, the obsession with being top of Twitch. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody scrolls Twitch to discover new ideas. Twitch is a closed loop. People watch creators they already know from YouTube, Twitter, or clips. Being number one in a category doesn't cover masses, it just preserves an echo chamber. YouTube introduces friction, different opinions, pushback, comments that don't clap automatically, and suddenly, a platform with more freedom doesn't feel so free anymore. Now, pivot to the second explosion, the Emiru controversy. Emiru, a non-political streamer, gets dragged into political discourse simply for not speaking, and that silence, apparently unforgivable.
Denim's post alleged Emiru Asmongold DMs amidst ICE feud? Oh god.
Female Hasan immediately jumps into enforcement mode, fake screenshots, relationship fanfiction, insinuations, and public pressure campaigns. Denim allegedly fabricates messages, Casey starts running a full Mean Girls reboot, Twitter piles on, everyone demands statements, clarifications, like this is some kind of ideological courtroom. Asmongold responds the only way possible, by torching the credibility of the accusations and pointing out the obvious.
You know what I find is really funny about this? You know what I could do? I could post Denim's real DMs in Destiny's chat, asking to have sex with Destiny.
When people start inventing DMs, they're already losing. The moment fake evidence enters the chat, the entire narrative collapses.
You're sitting in here writing fan fiction. Don't make me tell the truth. Don't do that. Don't you put me in a position where I gotta tell the truth. What a stupid Oh my god. She's sitting in Destiny's chat begging for him to
But the mob doesn't stop. They never do, because it's not about clarity, it's about control.
It really sucks that we didn't Wait, are you actually serious? No, on good terms with who? Atlas. I wanted to Atlas and you. So this is the person who's making up fake DMs.
Emiru eventually responds, clarifies associations, and explains context, normal human behavior, reasonable response.
You know what I've always said? Every accusation is a confession. Off camera, yeah, this is really embarrassing for me. Projecting? Yep, projecting like crazy. Projecting insanity. Destiny had to, wait, what's this here? Destiny had to kick her out of his house?
And what happens next? Goalposts move instantly. Suddenly, it's not enough. Now, it's about who she's friends with, who she hasn't condemned loudly enough, who she sat next to 3 years ago. So where does this leave us? Hasan quietly retreats back to Twitch. The YouTube experiment labeled a failure without calling it a failure. The Emiru situation proves once again that the internet doesn't reward neutrality, it punishes it. Fake evidence spreads fast faster than truth, orbiters confuse relevance with authority, and echo chambers tighten when exposed to open environments. YouTube doesn't care about hierarchy, Twitter doesn't care about the context, and Twitch rewards comfort, not challenge. Time humbles everyone, hype fades, reality wins, and the loudest moral crusaders always seem to forget their own alliances. Watch this video next, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers!